assist and stuff like that.
I'm actually customizing parts of the vehicle. You probably have already noticed that the interior lighting is slightly different now.
Yeah.
It's an orange tinge color I've turned into a more of a vivid blue. I'm also going to digitize the mapping to make it stand out a bit more. It was on the traditional mapping type. I'm going to turn into
perspective. See, that's the one I kind of used to with like the phones.
Exactly. And it's going to digitize the overall buildings themselves.
That's great. Let me see. Now he had to get a shot now.
And you can also see, since the new 7 Series has a full-on digital display, right in front of you, you can also see that the door was just open as well.
Yeah.
It actually showcases that on the display.
Alright. I'll let you go ahead and get the guide and all that.
Alright.
Trying to get more used to this backup camera. I'm so used to just looking back. But it's pretty easy. Pretty much guys everything else.
Yeah, there's a bit of a learning curve too, but I mean, once you get the hang of things, it's a lot of the clients that never had it before,
they give like
it turns into a necessity for them, where they have to have it on their newer vehicles because it just benefits them so much.
They're so used to it.
Yeah, especially on some of the newer cars, because these cameras of the new age are much more advanced and they have a higher rate of definition also.
Cool. And I guarantee you this thing probably got like, if you get too close, something probably stops or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so this one has the intelligent safety features too. So your frontal collision warning, your lane departure warning, your active blind spot detection, all those things will come with it as well, due to its parking assistance package and its driver assistance package as well.
Cool.
So not only that, but this vehicle can also parallel and perpendicular park itself also.
Nice.
Just make a left right here. And just
hold on. Then I like how.
Yeah. So there goes the active blind spot detection. Acknowledging that there's a vehicle within your proximity, so it's probably not best to get around them. Good. And just make another quick left right here, if you don't mind.
Cool.
So what are some of the questions that you had on this newer model of BMW's lineage?
Well, actually it's all fresh. So I guess the warranty, I guess, like, because that's probably like the top thing on top of my head. Because with these kind of cars, it's more expensive.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, your warranty is going to be 4 years and 50,000 miles. The maintenance is pretty much the same, although for the 2017 and on.
Straight? Okay.
Nah, just make a left right here.
Right.
For the 2017 and onwards, your maintenance is going to differ a little bit. Instead of it being 4 years, now it's 3 years, 36,000 miles. But it covers mostly everything. Your air filters, your engine oil services, certain vehicle checks, all of those things are covered within the actual maintenance program anyway.
Okay.
So, did want to point that out, and it happens to be a lot longer than select other companies such as maybe Mercedes or Audi. Theirs are typically around a year, maybe a year and a half, whereas ours is twice as long, if not 3 times as long sometimes.
All right, now I'm gonna throw like a fun one for the video. Top speed in sports mode.
Okay, so the limited top speed is 135.
Okay.
Now, of course, you can take off the limiter, and this is a V8. This one is a 4.4 liter V8 with an output of around 445 horsepower. So, I mean, it gets up there for a large size limousine, 4 doors, which is ridiculous. Yeah, it's a pretty powerful vehicle.
Okay.
This one also is the first 7 Series to use the carbon core technology also.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can turn it right there. That's cool. So, of course, it saves a lot of weight as compared to the previous generations of 7 Series also, due to the fact that it uses a lot of different types of components for the overall structure of the vehicle too.
Right.
And that, of course, makes it a lot more agile, but it also makes it a lot safer at the same time.
Yeah, and then there's like a lot of room, like once you really sit in.
Yeah, this is also the longest 7 Series BMW has ever concocted too.
Kind of remind me what he was saying earlier, and said like, yeah, it's a lot more longer than you think.
Yeah, quite a bit. And there's they used to have a short wheelbase version and a long wheelbase version, but there's only long wheelbase in America now. There's no such thing as a short wheelbase 7 Series in America anymore. There's no just I or LI. It literally just says 750i now.
Cool.
The LI is gone.
trying to see. All right. So what are the highlight features? So we have the customization with the map. Of course, you can change the color of this.
Okay, so I believe there is somewhere between 20 to 30 different innovations that was added to the new Generation 7 series. So a couple of them, yeah. So a couple of them that I can think of right off the top of my head. One, your adaptive grills. So the grills will actually open up or close, dictating the amount of actual humidity that's in the air, which overall will, of course, cool down the actual vehicle's engine, and also make the interior cockpit a little cooler, quicker too as well. Other things such as the fact that this one has dual roofs now. If you haven't noticed, there's a roof in the front and there's also a roof in the back seats also. Cool. This one also comes with a digital display, full on digital, and of course the iDrive system is much more advanced now too. This is iDrive 6.0.
I definitely see that, and if you trying to see which button it is for the roof.
This is the roof for the front, this is the roof for the rear.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to open it,
yeah, just to see.
Just push it backwards.
There we go.
And open the back one, just press this button.
Alright. And this one right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. This one also, this is a highly equipped vehicle. This one even has the cold weather package, so heated rear seats, and this one also has front seats are actually massage seats, believe it or not. So if you press the button on the door, it'll actually massage you.
Oh, let me. It's right here.
Yeah, both on your posterior and on your back. Yeah, man, it's fascinating what they do with these vehicles nowadays.
Yeah, no, I can. Wow.
I mean, that's what people are asking for, though. I mean, like I said,
you definitely get your money's worth if you want to pay that kind of money.
Yeah, yeah. This vehicle is definitely in a league of its own. This is leaps and bounds ahead of its.
It's like you just feel the back seat of this thing.
Exactly. You probably can already feel it now. It starts almost immediately. This one even has what we call ambient air.
Okay.
So with this, if you go inside the actual glove compartment and look towards your left, there's literal slots where you can actually put in certain fragrances, and it'll disperse it into the actual air conditioning. So, if you're interested in that. You also have your ambient air too that you can actually use to put in fragrance for the vehicle itself if you're into that type of thing.
All right. So yeah, if I help sell this car, I'm gonna see a commission check. No, I'm playing. But yeah, let's see. We have the roof. Wow, fragrance is through this. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get some video of you and him talking, dude. So I'm gonna send it to you.
All right, cool.
Figured that'd be maybe something you wanted.
Yeah, it's good to get multiple angles.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like I said, this is a very well optioned type of 7 Series. Now, I will say a lot of the features that I just pointed out are not standard. You know,
yeah.
Your massage seats aren't standard. The ambient air is not standard, but you can option it in. And that's kind of the thing with some of the new higher up BMWs, that they're more a la carte now.
Yeah.
So a lot of the functions that you may not be interested in, you can simply just leave alone. But if you are interested with them, you have the option to actually add them to your vehicle as well, which I actually appreciate. Is having the option.
Well, I actually appreciate it. Okay, so with the digital display,
yes.
Of course, so go ahead and go def into that.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, and a lot of people don't know that they have this function. If you go into your head-up display, which of course this vehicle also does have too, we just want to point that out. That's not an innovation, but it is much more advanced than it was in the past. But let's say I wanted to go in and customize a couple of things.
Okay.
For one, there's a function known as gesture controls. So let's say that we... Yes, gestures. Okay. Bear with me now.
Right.
So let's say that we were listening to a certain radio station. For instance, now we're listening to 60s on 6.
Okay.
So instead of trying to actually physically raise the volume and so, what you can do is just scroll your hand through the actual display.
The sound effect.
That was perfectly timed.
You know you're playing this out. Yeah, they're gonna be laughing their butt off at this video.
Man, you have no idea, bro. We're just getting started.
So you just...
Yeah, you literally wave your hand across the display and it'll actually read it. Yeah, now you're raising the volume. Opposite direction lowers the volume.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a sensor that's above the actual display here that's cascading down. You obviously cannot see it. It's invisible, but it's reading your hand moves, and that's how it sees it. Which I just did was actually change the radio station. So if I wanted to change the radio station,
classic icon.
Yeah. I would just point at the display like that, and it actually changes the radio station. Other things such
You sure you
I'm
didn't
being
play
serious.
that?
I'm being serious. I promise you.
You sure you didn't play that?
There's no remote. Someone does not have a remote in the car at all pressing any buttons. I'm doing this all on my own. I promise.
Yeah, you just keep them like we'll play this exact song at this time.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I promise you I'm doing it myself.
All right.
So that just gives you a little leadway to the amount of innovation that they've truly offered. This car, when I say it's a spaceship, this car is truly a freaking spaceship. It's phenomenal the amount of features they've added to it over the predecessor. Other things such as, like I said, when I go into my head-up display, what I'm going to show you is an actual demo of all the things you'll be able to see on the digital display in front of you. So if I click this 6 times, now it's going to start showing you the demo right there. This is live, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have a lot of people that will ask questions on the digital display, and instead of me trying to explain every single nuance that you might be able to
It's gonna
do,
say I'm just showing.
yeah, I'd just rather show it to them.
It even tells you like the speed limit.
Right.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's literally saying the speed limit right now. There's a camera above the mirror that actually reads out the speed limit signs, and it displays them onto the actual display there to let you know what the speed limit is, whether you missed it or not.
That's crazy. This car is basically saying you have no excuse to not know what the speed limit is.
Yeah, honestly. Should never be speeding in this car anyway. It's not meant for that.
Well, I know you have a sport now playing.
Well, you know, they did put that in there just in case. Just in case. There's always that one person.
That one person.
And this is a V8, so I can definitely understand.
I don't know if you want to tell him that. Not a V6, a V8.
This is definitely not a V6. Not at all. 8 cylinders to this vehicle. But yeah, man, like I said, there's a whole plethora of actual innovation going on in this car. I mean, just take a look at the Harman Kardon system. So the way that the Harman Kardon is actually working inside the vehicle, they're angled to where every single seat is going to listen to the music the exact same. And if you notice, let's say that I were to turn the music up very loud. One thing that I really like about some of the newer model BMWs is the fact that even though the music is blasting in the car, let's say if you're in a really private or residential area, though you might be bumping all of your music outside, it's completely silent. You can't hear anything. I tried it even in the most residential of areas. I literally couldn't even hear the music right next to the car. I think, yeah, it's amazing the types of things they've offered on site to this vehicle. And that's what I was pointing out to you before. That carbon core I pointed out to you, it literally showcases it right here, letting you know this vehicle doesn't have carbon core. Period that offers this type of technology. And that's how it works. So, just give you a bit point out, and of course, soft closed doors make sense. Doors will close themselves too, ladies and gentlemen.
Any more interior designs want to hit up?
Alright, so let's say, I don't know, I know a lot of you guys may be fans of the 80s, but let's say we were listening to a channel that was a little more depth into, overall bassage. I don't know, we could say BPM, for instance. I know a lot of the songs they play have a lot of bass going on. If you feel as though the speakers themselves are a bit too flat in the way that they're actually actuating the music itself, what you could do is just, go into your tone. Of course, you have the typical treble or bass, but we also have our own 7-band equalizer. So 100 hertz to 500 hertz deals more with bass. 1 kilohertz to 10 kilohertz deals more with treble. This literally is exactly what sound engineers use to contort.
You actually have a studio in your damn car.
Yeah. Yeah, this is literally a studio. So if I wanted to up the wattage of the bass itself, then I could do so right here via the hertz.
What the hell?
So now I'm basically a DJ contorting the music to my overall liking. I'm making the instruments more clear. I'm adding in more bass, all types of stuff, man. I mean, you really can't customize the way you're actually listening to your music where it sounds completely different to a typical vehicle. And like I said, no matter how much you try customizing it, it's still going to stay the same outside. You can't hear any. It's dead silent.
So now we pretty much hit the people on the high end. You got people in music interested.
Yes.
You got the safety.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, you even got pretty much interest, like, as the police officers, like, there's no excuse for you speeding this thing. Like, you saw the speed limit, you have a digital display and it told you.
Yeah, exactly. That's no excuse. Yeah, man.
That's pretty nice, right?
I mean, like I said, if you had any other questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. But that just gives you a little entrance onto the actual 7 Series.
Okay. Well, he pretty much went all in depth. I mean, the feature, we actually have a studio,
Yeah,
a spaceship.
pretty much. That's what I like to call it. I think that just about sums it up. Yeah.
Yeah. So any closing remarks for in this video?
I mean, if you guys have interest in the 7 Series, like overall, I would just recommend maybe coming into one of your local BMW dealerships. If we happen to be in the area, then feel free to come by. My name's Kyler. I'll be happy to assist you. This is the Advantage BMW dealership in downtown Houston. Like I said, if you guys have any questions or concerns, maybe you wanted to bring to our attention things that you noticed that you were fascinated by, feel free to come in.
Go ahead and
showcase it to you in person.
Go ahead and tell your social media handles in case this thing blow up.
Oh, if you want, you can also follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of the overall interest on these cars. My name is Kyler, like I said, but if you wanted me to follow me on Instagram, it's SKY_Y3.
All right.
Yeah, man.
You just had a tour of this spaceship. All right. Peace, y'all.